So then I pulled it out, and it was like, oh, it was so intense.
Yeah, you had good timing there for your random unnecessary comment that doesn't relate to anything. At least if we had a conversation going, you could have added to, like, what Mads had said, you know? Nuts. It's like, walnuts! Walnuts are great! Anyway, hi everybody, welcome to Madness of the Land. I hope everybody's having a great Thursday, a great week, and is ready for some Dungeons and Dragons. I know I am. How's everybody doing? How about Rachel? How are you and Grits doing?
I am doing great. Grits is doing fantastic. She's ready to punch some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Joe, how about you and Chance?
He's doing fine. He's looking at the wildlife oddly.
The giant slavering monstrosity, which is like threatening to eat you?
Yes.
Okay, that counts as wildlife. Mads, how about you and Signe?
Mads is excited. Signe's fucking terrified of whatever the hell this Wendigo thing is.
That makes sense. Zach, how are you? Or sorry, God, I didn't reverse. Unfunnyone, how about you and Zach? How's it feel to be over your like 24 hours like stomach bug?
Look, my anus is so raw. Okay? There's nothing but leaves out here, and I don't even have a squire to finish the wiping and doing the washing. This is some intense anal fissures happening here, and now we don't even have a healer to heal it up.
What am I,
Zach?
chopped liver?
That's fair, and yes.
You're more likely
Zach?
to stab and make it worse, to be fair.
Zach is like just coming to from his blariness of crapping himself and vomiting.
We got a frozen Mads though.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
That's why I can't trust her. When she gets down there, she just freezes.
Anyway, so last time we played, everybody, the team left on their journey. Finally, they left out into the valley, and through the suggestions of Ulfgar, they went on a crazy ride down a river by surfing on said river, which seemed like a great idea until sharks that were in said river attacked them from below.
No, it was still a great idea, even with the sharks.
Mm-hmm.
I stand by our plan. I thought it was amazing.
Mr. Streamer guy, the title's wrong. I don't know if that matters.
Did it not update when I updated it?
No, it says Parasite Eve still.
Well,
I'm not a parasite.
No,
I'm
I
Parasite.
heard that like you can get trouble.
refresh it. Yeah, I should have updated it, didn't. I think I've had that trouble nowadays if you don't click on the update information like just right. Like sometimes I've missed it.
Yeah, I clicked it like 5 times.
Yeah. There, now it should be updated as the correct thing.
So are they okay? You went down there to check on the fissures, and then it was like, you froze, and that was it. And I don't know what went on.
Anyway, so, having surfed down the river, they began their journey to the north, on the kind of twisting a trail across the plains that they kind of had reached. Unfunnyone, if you want to check the map, they entered the water around this area, got off around that area, and then just that little trail winds it north to where they got into the forest. Basically, again. And upon reaching the forest again, you followed some game trails. And these game trails, of course, led you to a nice tree, which you rested for the evening. Well, for you being tired from traveling, because, again, you know, no changes in sunlight. But then I heard of large elephants, much different than anything you've ever seen, came by. And after they traveled, you began to get yourself ready to leave, when a large humanoid-ish creature came in. it's bipedal. It has very loose stuff it's wearing. So it has like a loose version of clothes that looks like the hides of large animals, kind of like thrown together. The thing is massive, as tall as a building. It is got large fangs. It's very bestial, claws, and it was kind of sniffing you out a little bit, kind of trying to almost track you. And as you were all like getting ready to kind of panic, a Calada appeared and basically like shushed you, and that's where we left off. Because kind of like you're on the one side of this very large tree that you were basically using for the night, and it's kind of like crawling around it with like the claws like over top of it, so it's kind of like sniffing around it, kind of like looking without having quite noticed you yet.
I'm gonna hug the tree, coming out of my delirium, and noticing that things are not going in our favor. I'm gonna send like almost like I normally do, requests from the Earth Aid. I'm gonna request from the Earth Aid and cast Pass the Trace on us. Through the tree.
Yep. Please, tree. Please allow us to be quiet and not attract attention of something that seems very...
You goddamn tree hugger.
I mean, I'm a very complicated man. I'm very complicated. Not really.
At least you know.
Alright,
so stealth, or are we good?
If you want to roll, go ahead and roll me some stealth then. All of you.
Alright.
Oh no, not stealth.
I know.
Stealth, you say?
Wow, 18. I'm glad I got the +10.
Thank you for the plus
16. 16. That's like pushing it. We might not make it, man.
10. Listen, if I die, I'm gonna die cool. Oh my god.
Come on, Chance. Come on, Chance.
He can't get a 9.
I rolled, it didn't come up.
Join. Well, just wait. You're just lagging then.
Oh, no, there it goes.
Alright.
Even with a 5.
To be fair, he rolled a 5.
Even with a freaking 5.
4, 5, 6. That's what we rolled, guys. 4, 4, 5, 6. Alright, tonight's we're gonna die.
Maybe the
This is your
calendar will
fault.
help us. You never know.
I will include the Calada in the spell since I have to pick the people. If he's acting less friendly, like he's trying to aid us in some way, I would include him into the spell.
You will see the Calada, after he kind of switches you, kind of like take a step back, and you can see like this small, like little rope is hanging from his belt. He kind of picks it up, and hanging from it looks to be a skull with what looks to be the top of another skull on it. He kind of fiddles around with that, opens it up, and you get this like foul kind of smoky smell that kind of comes out as he kind of like hooks it to the end of a staff he is holding and kind of steps out where this creature can see him. And he starts yelling out to it. Now, Signe, were you using that helmet or you decided not to?
Oh god, I don't remember.
You were.
Yeah, let's just say I was, just because it would make sense.
I'll say, I thought you were, but I couldn't remember if you'd actually...
I watched the VOD, and you totally were like 18 times. 18 times! I remember I counted.
Listen, out of all of us, I would be the most likely to use it anyway because it was clickies.
I mean, I got a big head, so...
It's magic.
Do you believe it?
Listen, I'm very likely the only one who is going to use it, so sure.
Okay. Alright. So, he says, "Greetings. beast, monster, traveler. It is only I, shaman. Please, do not allow me to stop your hunting path. The creature snarls and makes noises that you're pretty sure the rest of the people hearing it have no idea that it's even speaking, with the way that it kind of like hisses out a language. But it goes like, "Tiny one, shaman, smell food, bad shaman smell, find food, kill." The shaman will kind of like look up to him, like in a tone that definitely seems like he is not intimidated by this thing, or at least he's not acting that way. "Follow game trail. Food that way. I continue path this way. Travel north. Visit more. Bring tidings of our lords." The creature kind of then like snurfs back, like kind of like giving this like kind of like very deep growl, and then it kind of just steps off and walks down the game trail.
Whoa.
He can turn towards you and then kind of like, with like a kind of motion, it's like, "Follow me," kind of motion. As then he moves his stick and kind of points in a direction that's off kind of into the woods.
Okay.
I suggest we follow him.
Okay, if you say so, Signe. Chance?
Put away your prejudice for just now.
Thank you.
I'll follow him, leading the group, putting my meat shieldness in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
You're a very good mate, Shield.
Matt,
Sure, yes, what?
didn't Rufus tell me that it was that the guy was a shaman as well, who he had
Yes.
talked to?
Yes, he had.
I'm gonna kind of walk over to you and go, "I think this might be the man Rufus talked to."
Understood.
Maybe that's why he's being helpful.
Yes. Or maybe, just in case he failed, he wanted people that might be able to aid him.
Maybe.
Yes.
We will see.
But I trust Signe. If she says follow, she's not easily trusting. So.
You will follow him then, and it will be a couple of miles hike into the woods, seemingly off trail. Eventually, though, he will emerge out into a little clearing where you can see a little fire has been set up. There's definitely a space for sitting there. And in kind of an old tree stump looks to be some kind of living quarters, it's best described as. He'll kind of like quickly motion for you to sit on some like rocks and logs which are around the fire, which is actually going right now.
I won't like sit down in a position that wouldn't be easy, but I would like kind of do one of those like find a rock that I can like lean on, so it's kind of like I'm sitting.
Yeah.
But not.
The first thing he's going to do is he's going to go over and he's going to like shuffle around in some bags. Excuse me. Pull out
That's
like
a nasty cough. I can understand. I just got over a cold myself.
He's going to pull out like a bunch of small bones, He's going to kind of look at them for a second. Then he's going to go over to a box. He's going to, like, reach his hand in the box, and you hear this kind of, like, squeaking noise. He'll pull out a small rodent. As then you see him tear into the rodent and pull out a, like, part, like, some of its bones. And add them to the bones that are in his hand. He will then, like, shuffle them and throw them down to the ground for a second. Kind of shake his head. He'll take the rodent and throw it into the stew pot that's above the fire.
My favorite.
He'll then kind of, like, shuffle over and look at a number of gourds, and then pick one up, and pick up what looks to be some kind of clay bowl. Then he's going to kind of come over to each of you and go... like, sniff each of you.
I apologize.
When he comes over to Chance and sniffs you, he goes, ah! You see him take the gourd, pour out some kind of liquid into it. You'll kind of see him offer to it and to you.
Thank you. I'll take it and kind of...
Doesn't really smell good.
You want me to drink?
You know, you'll see him, like...
I'll kind of tilt...
Yeah, like, dip his finger into the end, kind of tip it, and put it in his mouth, like, put it on his tongue then. You know, like, as he's showing that, you know, that kind of thing, like, ha-ha.
I'll take a small sip.
He'll kind of push you, like drink it all.
Oh.
It's fairly awful. It's fairly awful. You're not sure what that was, but it didn't make you throw up.
This time.
Good. You speak language now. Yes.
I can understand you.
Oh, good. Ha. Yes. Magic's work.
Magic.
Forgiveness. My crime, not of words. My crime of thoughts. So I cannot break crime of words. But you can speak words. Come now. Dracol, show you things. The bones showed me you come. You bring message, yes?
So you're not the one who knew my friend, but he did give me this.
Yes.
Chance, are you okay?
Message for Dracol.
I can understand him. I think it was a potion he gave me. I'll hand him the message.
He'll take like a look at it and study it for a minute and say, "You have brought great message. Dracol see many things in bones. He saw a message was coming. He knew message would be here with skinny, less furs. And Dracol knew he must save if message was to come to him.
Well, we appreciate your help.
Good. No one wants to deal with monstrosity.
No, it doesn't sound pleasant.
Yes. Savage creature. Born and bred of our kin. Powerful shaman long ago. Brought out savage powers of land. Found others that were more powerful. Many generations they born. Not kept within lands. Too dangerous. Only few less savage-minded. Others just hunt in these woods. My kind, we spiritual leaders, normally. So we are looked after. Not in danger.
What brings you out this way?
Exile. Thoughts Thoughts of exile. To explain it to you, I know of old secrets, old histories, things forgotten by many of my people.
And that knowledge is forbidden?
Yes and no. Many shamans believe, but few would share this information.
And you
shared. Our king did not
Understood.
like it.
Secrets can be powerful.
I know our god's true name. You see, secrets are powerful. I know where we came from. I know many things.
So your people were brought here to this land as well.
Have you been to the castle?
I've heard of a castle on a mountaintop, I believe.
The castle on the cliffs.
Yes.
Above your home. That was our home. Many, 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 many generations ago. The sons of the king left. They battled. One survived. His bloodline is our current king. Calada seemed fractured, monstrous, but under King's word, all the tribes would come together and battle any enemy. There have been other enemies before. You are an enemy that is different. Not my enemy. No, I am an exile. I care not for politics. But you are their enemy. Why? Maybe because you are there? Maybe because of the things that your building crushed. Maybe because you have a building. Most just weak and fleshy, alone. It's amazing to see the structure that you've brought to you. Amazing.
What did our place crush?
Oh, old burial grounds of first travels. And also some of the youths were buried there. Those that came to training. At a time, your lands now were where our youth went to train, to become warriors or hunters.
So sacred ground.
In a way, yes. The fields themselves, less sacred, but your location had the mounds. No more. It's hard to say when others have shown up if it is destroyed, replaced, ceases to exist. I do not understand what it would be. That would be an interesting thing to find out. Is there something left? Did you actually squish everything?
I know there are catacombs under our castle. There could be something below them.
I knew of no such places below our grounds. But hard to say what is hidden in this place. Being an exile, I have learned many secrets, seen many things, traveled to many places.
So you've been to kind of different lands in this place.
Oh, no. That is forbidden from our god. The Calada may not travel to the other lands. We are the keepers. This place is, center of all the worlds that our god reigns over.
So your god is from this place.
Created it. Two gods created it. A god of fire, a god of earth. Our god of earth. Our god trapped the other here. Trapped it in a sort of anger. Madness, if you will. Something that left over from our last world, the place we came from. Resentment. Yes, resentment. Maybe that is why others show up here. Perhaps our job is to torment them. I do not know. But since we cannot travel to the other worlds, perhaps there is another reason behind it. But perhaps torment is to it, the core of everything. I cannot say. But regardless, two gods create this place. Bring us here. We are not the only people to be here. The others, children of the fire, we have not seen from them. It is said beyond the lands of fire, you may be able to find them. But that place is savage beyond even what we would pierce into. A place where skin boils, flesh melts, and terrible beasts reign.
Does not sound pleasant.
No. But when you are children of fire, well, you don't worry about those sort of things.
Yeah, I guess you don't boil it if you're fire.
No. But no, we have not been to other lands. Back to your point. We know
Is
of
there
others.
Is there any chance, if we spoke to your king, that we could appease him in some way?
I cannot say that it is not impossible, but it is almost impossible. To speak to him and survive, that is a danger in and of itself. And the current king is a savage one, even among our kind.
Is there anything that...
Perhaps if he died and one of his children took over. But he is still, not of an age you would have to roll about it. Or worry about that happening. And his personal guards are quite formidable.
I'm assuming they're probably the larger of your kind that we've seen?
No. There are many different of my kind. Those who are similar stature to me tend to be the most dangerous. They hide their strengths. The larger ones of our kind, savages, monstrosities, they are... Though breeds are kept because they have a purpose. The savages, they keep the monstrosities in order. The monstrosities ensure that if we ever do get into war, our enemies will be destroyed. If not for the ingenuity of the giants many generations ago, we probably would have been at war with them. You've seen them, yes. One Eyes.
Yes. We ran into your people talking to them at one point.
Interesting. A king many generations ago managed to make peace with them for some kind of deal. No one knows what the deal was, but there has been peace behind our kind since.
They were talking... Your people were talking of an alliance...
Yes.
To attack us.
If war would become, I do not know if they would join. They do not like to leave their lands for very long. Moreover, if you proved to be a threat and attacked us, then they would come to our aid.
Of what you know of them, would they be reasonable to contact?
They would not hurt the deal they have made with us. Let me put it that way.
could they be swayed, at least not to join an attack?
No. If our people come to you, they will most likely not join. But if your people come to us, they will. Yes. Signe and Chance are the only ones that understand. But
Yeah.
you can understand what Chance is saying, so if you wanted to, like, add something into whatever his side of the conversation is, you
Nope.
could.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to fill people in later, but...
But he's speaking words you understand, definitely.
Nah, Grit's probably would have just, like, when you guys started, mumbling back and forth, hands behind her back, just strolling around, looking at all the random stuff.
Okay.
Maybe nudging it with a foot.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get into trouble.
We don't seek war. We rather, if not peacefully coexist, at least keep to our separate corners.
He's going to kind of give this strange, like, a fanged smile and be like, war is a way of life. The hunter has war with nature. The beast has war with its prey. War may come to you without you choosing.
I don't know what he said, but make sure you fill him in about the Dreadlord. We are going to go to war. It's a matter of time. And once we're gone, he's going to go for them. If they're as savage as I've seen, he might be able to manipulate them like he has the goblins.
True. There is another from our world that was brought here. Brought to one of the other lands. We refer to him as the Dreadlord. Our civilization was almost destroyed by him and those who follow him. He seems to have great sway over people who are more savage.
If you worry about this individual bringing sway over us, do not. We have the blessings of our Lord. Kelnikor protects us.
I also would not put it past him for, if we are taken out, for him to target your people. The army he leads may not be as powerful in force, but they are able to breed in great number quickly.
Your words and threats of this danger would mean nothing to our king. Unless we see this army, it would mean nothing. It's hollow. We do not know of this enemy of yours. We have not seen this danger. You can say all you want, but if you were to give this argument to the king, you'd be laughed at, if not murdered right away.
I'm going to look at you, Zach. I don't think they would care unless they see proof.
Can we take them to where...
They do not leave their lands. They believe in a god that they say created this place. And they're forbidden from going to the other realms.
I look to Sydney and say, is there a way you could show them what we've seen? Do you have any type of illusions?
No, I don't really have illusions, no.
I have a thought, though it may be a slim chance. We have one of their kin. What if we can convince the creature to return to his masters and convince them the Calada may be a bigger threat, or could be possibly swayed to their side if he goes to them.
That's trusting a goblin. That's...
I agree. But if they had proof of the Dreadlord...
What if we take... He's in these lands right now. He passed through the barrier. He killed the lizard people.
Yes.
What if we find out where he is, and we bring the shaman, so the shaman can see with his own eye, then he can tell the people.
Unfortunately, our friend here is in exile. His word would not mean much to his people, if anything.
Usually he's actually fishing around, grabbing more bones, and then he'll say something to Chance. He'll go, "The bones require life. The more powerful the life, the more powerful the spell. The more powerful the vision."
Life as in blood?
As in living bones. As he takes another, reaches back into the box and pulls out another rat, and quickly, pulls out a number of its bones again.
All right, I turn around and I stab Ulfgar in the neck.
I'm going to turn to you guys. We need a creature larger than this rat.
He'll throw out the bones again as he throws the rat then afterwards into it, and he kind of looks. "I am a master of augury. I see things. Do not worry about something larger for now. I am giving you a reed. You must journey to the lands. You must seek the passage beyond the fortress. Your timing is impeccable.
Well, that's some good news.
You see, I fear your idea to take to our king. This directly is too dangerous. Would be your own death. The good news is, our king, he will not be at home. The fortress must be entered. Beyond it, the ancient caves, the place we came from. If you seek the land of ice, the old gate that no seal has broken, no magic has entered, then you must journey through there. Beware, though. Those ancient caves are where the king lies his head. Very few enter, though. That is the good news. The bad news is, many of those caves are dangerous. A few are not.
Could you provide us any information of where not to tread? Our one friend here does know how to draw maps, if that is any use.
I have not been in the ancient caves.
I hear maps. I'm like,
Well, right now it's in the other language, so you haven't heard that yet.
Well, she understands
No,
you.
you
You don't
don't-
speak
Oh, that's
English.
right. You understand me, right? Okay.
yeah. So I hear maps. And I'm like,
The one who brought you the message traveled through a passage. You must travel through that passage. Head north. You will see the fortress. It is a place that guards the ancient passage. Our ancient home, if you will. The place where we first settled. A deep crevice in the earth. Guarded by our Lord. From there, we spread to the entire lands as they are now. Conquered them, mastered them. But we did not give up our savage ways. As was told in our doctrine. Embrace the beast inside.
When we do travel, is there a message that you may have for your friend that we can return to him?
No.
Is there anything that you are in need of? You are helping us out greatly.
I am helping you, for you have delivered a message. And you seem interesting. I cannot tell if you will die in your endeavors or live. I would like to see the results.
So would I.
If you die, you will just not return, and the bones will one day tell me you will not return. If you live, very interesting story. What is beyond the gate? A seal that came up many, many generations ago. That no... Oh, yes. I do hear there is a guardian of the seal. Beware it.
Is it of ice?
The seal of ice? Yes. No.
I meant the guardian.
No. It is one of the thing we saw earlier. Monstrosity.
Ah.
Slightly less savage.
Understood.
Chance.
Trained enough to guard.
I'm like, yes.
Ask the creature. Does it? How fresh do the bones need to be?
He has done a read. He says he does not require actually a larger sacrifice.
I mean, we could go and kill one of those elephants.
That's what I was going to think too, but he seems that he does not need anything at the moment. He does want us to travel north, as we were planning. Apparently, we have impeccable timing. Their king is not at home. But the caves that we're going to have to navigate, he is in somewhere. And
You'll hear this like squeaking and crunching, as you've noticed now that he's once again reached in, but this time he just seems to be snacking on one of the rats.
God, what creature eats rats just like that?
I have a sudden sense of incredible deja vu.
He does. It does seem a lot like Clicky in this shot.
As soon as you mentioned the rats and the bones, I was just like, huh, this seems familiar. Although Clicky was more blood.
If King is not home, only two reasons. First, he may be meeting with all the chieftains outside of the caverns. Most of the time, they go there to him. But sometimes, they leave. Or, he is inspecting an army.
That may not be great news.
Crunch. Chew, chew, chew.
I'm gonna reach into the bag of holding. And I'm gonna pull out a bunch of these extra bones that we got. We just have extra bones from the bone pile.
For his use, I will say when I see you starting to do that, for his use, they must be freshly killed.
For augury, but I will take as interesting tools.
Yeah.
I could make a great thing out of this.
I figured if he'd want a gift, it would be polite
Yes.
to offer him something.
He will accept. He says he could make something out
Okay.
of him.
Give me a
He'll
second.
take like one of the skulls and he'll like kind of break it apart.
No,
a couple
no, you
times.
don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, he's not taking nothing. Mine. I'm gonna pull out one of the chests because we have 3 for some freaking reason. I'm gonna take out one of the chests and I'm gonna
Everyone
fill it
needs a
up with
good
the extra
chest.
bones and just empty out these extra bones that we're carrying around for no reason into a chest and then offer him the chest.
He'll kind of scratch his head a little bit and then like kind of like give like a shoulder shrug and be like, and then kind of like pull it over and put it by the fire, and then sit down on it.
Yes. I just look at Chance and I go, we need to clean out the bag somehow.
That's fine.
Oh, forgiveness! As he throws like his half-eaten rat into the stew. He goes over, he grabs a bunch of more of those like clay bowls, and then he hands them out to everybody.
Oh.
You'll be able to converse.
No. I'm sharing stew.
Oh, he wants to share his food.
I know. I figured as much.
Thank
Ignore
you.
ignore the less cooked ones. I know.
I'll repeat.
Father always said, a lot of deals are done over dinner. And I'll hold the bowl out with this, trying to, like, not look this completely disgusted face.
He'll take the bowl, he'll kind of scoop it into the stew, and then just give it to you.
I just see like a couple red eyes like floating on top looking at you.
I'll give him a generous bow, and I'll say, hey, thank you. You're very kind.
We appreciate the meal.
I would definitely take mine and like slide quietly, like just turn my side and then pull out probably a flask and like dump a little extra in it first.
I'll take mine and feed it to Faffy.
Okay.
He'll eat it.
Just accurate.
I'm just sterilizing it.
Zach's eating it, so Zach's gonna take a bite, but just like then from that point on, just kind of shuffle it around like it looks like he's eating occasionally, but he's just not.
He's like,
When the guy turns around, a couple spoonfuls on the
there's
ground.
a spoonful. Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad.
it's not the worst thing we've eaten.
It doesn't matter if it tastes good. We saw what was in it. You don't go to the sausage factory and then go eat sausage. There's
Why
a
not?
disconnect. You need like a day apart, just a day to like go. Okay, there's a little bit of a difference.
Nah.
Could be worse. Could be the Scrapple factory.
Anyways,
Anyway,
yeah.
yes. Well, why don't we take our first break here as you enjoy a meal with your new friend?
No, not enjoy. That's wrong wording. As we have a meal.
And enjoy our new friend's company.
There
Yes,
you go.
Yes. That only one can talk to.
No, we can all talk to. Only two can understand.
Yeah.
Signe can
He doesn't understand you at all either, so he's just
No,
like,
it's the spell.
Oh.
The spell
Yeah.
makes him understand.
I thought he could understand us because you said Chance was talking like regular.
yeah, no.
Chance is talking.
Chance is
It's
enchanted.
magic.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm enchanted, so anyone can understand my speech.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You guys
he
hear what I'm
pretty much
saying
has
to
tongues
him.
on him. He has the spell
Yeah.
tongues on him.
Yeah.
Where
You
he
guys
can-
can hear what I'm saying to him, but you cannot understand him, and he cannot understand you.
Everybody understands pictures. I'm gonna start drawing graffiti on the wall.
Yeah, why don't we have more dead animals in our bag of holding? We need more dead animals.
What?
Look, they don't have to be dead when we put them in there.
They would just eventually die in there
That's
be
as fresh as
vacuum
we can get.
and be
That's as
vacuum
fresh as we
sealed.
We need to call PETA. PETA, whatever.
Well, they're vacuum sealed at least.
They're vacuum sealed.
There are vacuum sealed.
Here you go, kitty. Row! That sounds like something Clicky would have
Horrible
done.
people.
Anyway,
Oh,
Snap,
Clicky would not have hesitated. Clicky would have been like, I got rats. Let's go, man. Let's do this.
How many rats do you need?
I mean, I don't know if you saw any of the show, but what was it, like the first episode? I got in trouble because I killed a town cat
Monster.
in an alley.
You should have just followed the town cat and stole its catches.
Oh, no. I needed something larger. It's the bones that matter.
anyway, if you need to grab a snack, grab a drink, or go to the bathroom, go ahead and do it. We'll be back in a few minutes. So, see you in a second, folks.